Mother's hands. A young man who had just graduated from university with honors applied for a managerial position at a large company. He passed the initial rounds and was finally interviewed by the company's director. The director noticed from the young man's CV that throughout his years of study, he had always achieved outstanding academic results. From high school through university graduation, the young man had consistently earned excellent grades. The director asked, "Have you ever received a scholarship from the school?" "Never," the young man replied. The director continued, "So your father must have paid for all your tuition, right?" The young man answered, "My father passed away when I was 1 year old, so my mother was the one who bore all the expenses." "So, where does your mother work?" the director asked. The young man replied, "She works as a laundrywoman." Upon hearing this, the director asked the young man to show him his hands. His hands were smooth and soft. The director asked, "Have you ever helped your mother with the laundry?" "Never," the young man answered. "My mother always wanted me to focus on my studies and read more books. Besides, she could do the laundry much faster than I could." The director then said, "I have a request. When you go home today, wash your mother's hands and then come see me tomorrow morning." The young man felt confident that his chances of being hired were very high. So he happily went home and told his mother he wanted to wash her hands that day. His mother, feeling a mix of emotions, offered her hands. The young man slowly washed her hands, and tears streamed down his face as he did so. For the first time, he realized how wrinkled and scarred his mother's hands were. These scars must have been painful, as his mother flinched when he touched them. It was also the first time the young man understood that these hands had washed clothes every day to earn enough money for his education. The scars on her hands were the price for his graduation, his excellent grades, and his future. After washing his mother's hands, the young man quietly finished the remaining laundry. That evening, the young man and his mother talked for a long time. The next morning, he returned to the company. Seeing the tears still in the young man's eyes, the director asked, "Can you tell me what you did and learned at home yesterday?" The young man replied, "I washed my mother's hands and finished the remaining laundry." The director asked, "How did it make you feel?" The young man answered, "First, I now understand what true awareness is. Without my mother, I wouldn't have the success I have today. Second, I realized how hard and difficult her work is. Third, I became aware of the importance and value of family love." The director said, "That's exactly what I'm looking for in a manager. I want someone who can appreciate the help of others, understand the hardship behind completing any task, and not see money as the sole purpose of life. Congratulations, you're hired." The young man worked very hard and earned the respect of his colleagues. Every team member worked diligently and cohesively, and the company's business flourished, achieving astonishingly high revenue. Lesson: this story reminds us to value family and not focus solely on studying or working. It teaches us that we owe a great debt to our parents, who dedicate their entire lives to us. Therefore, we must appreciate and understand their hardships, not only with our parents, but we must also be grateful and repay anyone who helps us along the way. Vocabulary words: awareness, noun, definition, knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Example: the young man gained awareness of his mother's sacrifices. Wrinkled, adjective, definition: having small folds or lines on the surface, often due to aging. Example: his mother's hands were wrinkled from years of hard work. Flinch, verb, definition: to make a quick, nervous movement as a reaction to fear, pain, or surprise. Example: his mother flinched when he touched her scarred hands. Scar, noun. Definition: a mark left on the skin or within body tissue after the healing of a wound. Example: the young man saw the scars on his mother's hands from years of labor. Gratitude, noun. Definition: the quality of being thankful and showing appreciation. Example: the story teaches us to express gratitude for the sacrifices our parents make.